Alright guys, so in this video I'm going to be showing you how you can use email.js in your front-end project. Now email.js is a package used to handle email requests in your front-end project. So if you have a front-end but you don't have a back-end and you want to handle your email requests, then email.js is literally the best package for that. So let's get right to it. Now you're going to go to this URL, and then on the left sidebar, so you guys can see here, you're going to scroll down until you see the SDK section, and then you're going to click on installation. Now, once you're here, you're going to copy this code. Okay, you're going to copy this. You're going to go back to your project or your IDE, and inside your terminal, you're going to paste this code. I already have it, but I'm still going to paste it and install it just to show you. So it's going to take a few seconds, depends on your internet, and yeah, this is it's installed. Then what you're going to do is you're going to click on sign up if you don't have an account, but if you do, then click on sign in, and then you will be redirected to this page. Now inside this page, what you're going to do is you're going to click on email services, add new services, choose your email services. Mine is Gmail, so I'm going to click on Gmail. I'm going to connect it with my account. I already have it connected. And then what you're going to do is you're going to close that and go to email templates, create a new template, or you guys can use my template as well. So this is my template. You can use this as well. Now, once you're done with setting up your template, then what you're going to do is you're going to go back to this URL, scroll down until you see these two sections. So the example section and REST API section. Now, there's two ways of implementing this package in your project. The first one is through REST API, and then another one is through the example sections that they have given us. So in this example section, we have frameworks and libraries. Now I'm using React, which is a JavaScript library. So I'm going to click on React, and then this is the code that's going to help me connect or handle my email requests. Okay. Now, don't worry, I'm going to be explaining every single word in this code. So let's do this. First things first, I'm going to copy these two lines here. I'm going to go back to my project, to my controller page, and at the top of my page, I'm going to paste these two lines, okay? Since I'm using React 19, the latest version, I don't need to import React. I'm simply going to import use ref hook, and then email.js from the package that we installed right here, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this code from here, okay? Copy this. I'm going to go to my project, and right here, I'm going to paste this whole code here. Now, in this code, as you guys can see, well, I really don't need this. So what I'm going to do is, since I already have a function here, so I don't need that, and I'm just going to copy it from exactly this place. Cool. Gonna paste it in my project. I'm gonna format this for a bit. Okay. Now, inside here, as you guys can see, what we have is a const of form, which uses useRef. Now, useRef is a hook that is used for controlling DOM elements. Now, you might be wondering, what is a DOM element? Now, a DOM element is pretty much everything that you see right here. A div tag, a heading tag, an anchor tag, a list item, whatever you see here is a DOM element, and we use this hook to control the DOM elements. And let me show you guys an example of that. It's way better to show you an example of it rather than just, yap. So let me show you an example, okay, of useRef and how it's used to control a DOM element. I'm gonna use the example of focusing on an input field, okay? So let me go to my project. This is my project, a simple portfolio website I designed. There's still a bunch of design that I need to make. It's not even complete, but I simply wanted to handle this contact form right here, so that's why I'm making this video. Now, if I refresh this and run my project, npm run dev, I'm gonna run my project, and as you guys can see, inside my form, I don't have any focus on none of these input fields. Okay, so I'm going to use this hook to control the input fields out of focus. So first things first, I'm going to take a const, or I can even take a lit or var or whatever you want to take. So I'm going to take a lit and I'm going to call this input ref equals to use ref. I want to use this hook, so I'm going to say use ref. Now the input variable that I created right here, I'm going to copy this, okay, and I'm gonna go to my form. Nope, not my form. I'm gonna go to my input field, name input field. Yeah, this is my first name input field. There we go. And right here, I'm gonna say ref equals to curly braces, and then I'm gonna paste the variable that I created inside this input field, so I can control this first name input field. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back here. Now another thing I want to use is, it's called use effect hook. Okay, it's another hook. It's another React hook which is used for controlling side effects in our project. Now the focus that I want to have on this input field, it's a side effect, right? So in order to control a side effect in our project, we need to use effect. And I also need to import this. So I'm going to say use effect, import use effect. Now, once I have use effect here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to target this variable that I created, and then I pasted this inside the input field that I wanted to have focus on. So I'm simply going to say input ref dot current dot focus. Now, since focus is a method, I'm going to give it the curly braces. Okay. You might be wondering, or you might be confused, like, what the hell does this mean? So let me break it down to you. Input field is something that we targeted, so that's that. And then current focus means put focus on that specific input field where we have this variable inside as ref. Current is a property of this hook, and it's used for let's say accessing DOM elements directly, and it doesn't cause re-rendering in our project. Now you might be wondering, or you might be confused, like, what is a re-render? So re-render is something that happens when a state or a props changes in our React project. Okay, it's a part of virtual DOM, and if you don't know anything about that, then I would highly recommend you to Google it. Another thing, we only want this to run once, so I'm going to say comma empty array, and that is it. This is going to help us to run use effect only once when our page re-renders. So I'm going to go back to my page, refresh, although I don't need to refresh because this is React. But anyway, so refresh, and we still have focus on our element. Okay, cool. So that is all I wanted to show you guys, and why we use useref, okay, and how it controls our DOM elements. Now I'm gonna go back to here. Don't need this anymore. I'm gonna remove it from here, and then I'm just gonna comment this out. Okay, format it. There we go. So we used useref on our form tag. Okay, we are going to actually use that in our form tag to control our form tag. And then we made another variable called send email, which is going to help us when we click on the submit button. It's going to help us to prevent our page from reloading. So we made a parameter here called e, and then we said e.prevent default, which prevent default is used for preventing our page from reloading once we click on the submit button. Okay, so there's that. Now another thing we have here is the email.js package, okay, and we said email.js.send form. So send form, what's it going to do is it's gonna take all the input and data from our contact form, and it's gonna send it to email.js. And then what email.js is going to do is it's going to shoot it back to our personal email. Okay, so inside here they want 3 things from us. So they want service ID, template ID, and public key. Now I'm going to show you guys how and where you can find these. So if you go to this dashboard, you click on email services, you'll have your email service here. So I'm going to copy mine from here. Okay, and I will paste it right here. So that's my service ID. Now my template ID, I can do the same thing. I can go to the templates tab and I can copy this from here. Okay, like I said, if you guys don't have a template, you can use mine. So template ID, there we go. And then you already know form.current, what it does, because I literally showed it to you like a few seconds ago, so you already know. And then my public key, you can go back to this dashboard, click on accounts, and this is going to be your public key. Okay, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go to my public key, paste it right here, and then we used .din for success and error messages. I would actually highly recommend you guys to use async and await, because it's way better to handle it with async and await than this. But yeah, that depends on what you want. And then inside our form tag, we used form and on submit. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go to my form tag. It's going to be right here. There we go. So I'm going to paste this. Now, do you guys remember when I said we use form? Where is it? Yeah, I said we are going to use form. We are going to use useref hook inside our form to control it, because this is what useref is for. It controls the DOM elements. And then we used send email for when we click on the submit button, it's going to prevent our page from reloading. So this is what we are doing here: send email on submit and form. And I think that's it. We don't need anything else. So I'm going to go back to here, refresh this. Let's go here. Let's put a name. So I'm going to put a dummy name, James Poppins. And I'm going to give a random email, jamespoppins@gmail.com. And a phone number, I'm going to give it a random phone number. I'm going to select Mexico. And I'll give it a random message, or the project request is going to be, hi, I want you to design me a beautiful project for my shoe company. And that's it. Now I'm going to go to inspect. Why am I going here? To show you guys this. The console log success and failure message. So I'm going to click on save, and let's see what we're going to have. So we failed. The template ID not found. I think there's something wrong with my template ID right here. Okay. Whoops. I'm gonna copy this from here. Okay, sorry about that. I'm gonna copy this, paste it right here. There we go, it should work now. I'm gonna click on save and success. Now let's go back to my email. We already have an email. You got a new message from username James Poppins, email, phone number, and country. Let me do another one. Refresh this page. Let's go with another one called VXNB. It's a random name with a random last name, Yun. VXBN Yun at. This guy's old, so I'm going to use Outlook. So VXBN is an old guy that uses Outlook, and has this random number, okay, and is actually from Canada, and he wants me to do something cool. He wants me to build a project. Hey, can you build me a corn project for my farm? I know what you guys are thinking, but nope, that is not what I was about to do. So, hey, I want you to build me a corn project for my farm. Now I'm going to click on submit. I'm going to go to my email, refresh this, and there you go. We have a new message from VXNB with the last name of Yun, and this weird email, cool phone number, and cool ass country with a message, hey, can you build me a corn project for my farm? So yeah, that's it. And one more thing, I'm going to be uploading this whole project on my GitHub, so make sure to stay tuned for that, I guess. And if you want this project, then it's going to be completely free. The only thing I want you, I would want from you guys, is to store my repo, and that's it. So yeah, see you guys.